those are to forsake evil. So in these times, the rich and the poor, the young and the old, the sick and the strong, we all have to get together and unite under one love. That's it.
Coming up, Bad Brains and a giveaway on the LP Quickness.
Why must we so much?
Why are living? Latest LP from Bad Brains is entitled With the Quickness. Contrary to what it says on the LP, it's called With the Quickness. They've been around for a lot of years. Here we get to talk to HR Bad Brains, who's back. This record is available on Caroline Virgin Records here in Canada. We've got 10 copies of With the Quickness to give away. All you have to do is tell us all you know about Bad Brains in one paragraph or less, and mail it to the address that appears through the magic of television at the end of the show. You take real good care of yourself. This has been Black Rock on Soul in the City, and we're ending it with Eye Against Eye and molten concert footage, I understand, courtesy of one of our quickest and sharpest cameramen, Basil Young. Bad Brains on Soul in the City.
We wanted to take time out to get our families together and get established with our home life and be with our loved ones, our sons and daughters, and wanted to take time out to also give each other room to explore new music. The Bad Brains function off vibes. So when the vibes are right, then we come together. And when they're not right, then we decide to wait until they are.
How do you see the music today as it's evolved from its original form back in the 70s?
I see it a little less aggressive, a little more focused on precision. Back in the late 70s, we were just interested in going fast, you know, that was it, just who could go the fastest? The winner, yay! One song in 15 seconds, you know. As we matured, the music matured, and it became important for us to not only go fast, but be skillful.
Sit down, side by side, granddad. Now we must destroy the pain. Bargain to price, but we bring too much room at the blue frame.
Trying to always be creative. This is the whole thing with Rasta in our life. Without God, we feel we would not be able to give the people the music that we have. Our spirit would be boring, dull, and it would reflect in the music. But Jah is always filling the cup, and the cup is running over, and so that's the music, you know. I wanted the album to be called Voyage to Infinity, but you don't always get what you want, so that's life, you know. I can accept the reality of With the Quickness still, because to me what that means is to be steadfast in the praise with God, with the quickness, or to be steadfast. That's what it means. And why I thought of that name was because of the feeling I got from the music. At the time, I had just came from Europe on tour with Human Rights. This was in '89 of January, February, March. And Anthony had called me on the phone and said, we're ready, are you ready? And I said, okay, I'm ready. So it was like 2 days later, there I was in Woodstock listening to the music, and it was just a flow, you know, just steadfast with the quickness. don't like to get involved with any popularized organizations. I support Vernon Reid. I support all rock coalitions, whether they're black, red, yellow, green, purple. I don't think that the Black Rock Coalition is a racist organization, nor do I feel that it's fair for people to judge them and persecute them just because their name is Black Rock. I mean, there are a lot of coalitions in these times, and if their name is Black Rock, then so be it. You know, Black Rock, that's no different than, you know, any other rock. Yeah, Selassie, I live.
I read that you once said that there are lessons to be learned in reference to your helping out other young bands get into the business. Is it exciting for you to see bands like Living Color and 24/7 Spies getting the kind of recognition they're getting?
Oh, most definitely. I feel very positive to see anybody, whether it's the brothers in the Spies, or the brothers in the Color, or the brothers in the 7 Seconds, or COC, or Henry Rollins, or anybody that is affiliated with the Universal Church of Music, then yes, I'm glad to see them grow. I encourage them to continue to grow in music. I think, just like what Bob shows us, music is going to teach the people a lesson. There are a lot of people out here who fight against music, and it's a losing battle, because music will live on forever and ever and ever, long after Babylon is destroyed. You know, these songs and these lyrics and these melodies, they may take other forms and other shapes, but they'll never die. That's why, you know, we see the 80s now, and it's so similar to the 60s. And if you talk to certain grandmothers and grandfathers, they'll tell you that that's so similar to the 20s and the 30s and the 40s. And it's just the spirit, you know, changing from one form into another form. But music is transcendental. It has to live on. It has to be free. Music has to find a release. And you know, if we could just, not if, but when the day comes when we really it can acknowledge the beauty of one's own